In the last video, I introduced the search strategy matrix and talked about how to break out your research question or paper topic into a series of concepts. The goal of this is to help you analyze your research question and be able to adjust your search to get the best results possible. As I said in the earlier video, you don't want to just search, you want to find. In this video, we're going to use the matrix again to break out 2 more sample research topics. I hope this will help you understand the process just a little bit better. Here's a blank matrix. Again, if you're an English 1000 student, your instructor probably sent you a handout of this matrix via email. Let's take a look at my sample research topic. How has public opinion affected the decriminalization of marijuana across the United States? What are my concepts? I can look for the nouns if I need help. What are my concepts? Okay, public opinion, decriminalization of marijuana, United States. Those are my concepts. I'm going to put those into columns. Now I'm going to look at each concept and see if I can rephrase or reword them. And I'll add the synonyms to the other boxes in the concept columns. For public opinion, I might use attitudes or beliefs. As a way to reword decriminalization, I might use the word legalization. A different word for marijuana could be cannabis. I could also be a little more broad with that and use a term like drugs or illicit drugs or something like that. For the United States, that's specifically a geographical area and I'm trying to search within it. If the geographical area that I'm searching is small, for instance, like if you were searching a specific city or even a neighborhood within a city, you might find it difficult to get results. But the United States is a very large geographic area. However, I might be interested in how public opinion has affected decriminalization of marijuana in specific states in the United States. So maybe I could consider using different searches about those states specifically. Okay, let's take a look at our matrix. In the first column, the concept column for concept A is public opinion or attitudes or beliefs. We have the ors between them because we're not necessarily interested in articles that use all 3 terms, but we're interested in any article that uses one of those 3 terms. Concept B, we have decriminalization of marijuana or legalization of marijuana. Again, interested in one of these 2 different phrases, but not necessarily both. And then concept C, we have United States or Missouri or California. Again, we're interested in one of these things, but not necessarily all of these things. But in between concept A, concept B, and concept C, we have those words and. And means that whatever it is, we're interested in all 3 of these things together. We're interested in articles that discuss public opinion and the decriminalization of marijuana and the specific geographic area we're interested in. I hope that makes some sense, but let's try another search now. Here's another sample research paper topic. How does Indigenous director Taika Waititi explore the theme of colonization in the film Thor Ragnarok? What are my concepts? I'm looking for insight into the work of a particular film director and a particular film, and then I'm also interested in the concept of colonization within that artist's particular work. That can make the next part, finding synonyms, a little bit difficult. We can come up with synonyms for colonization, imperialism or colonialism, or different ways to phrase that. As far as the other search terms go, I might want to explore what's out there in these topics in a slightly different way. For instance, I could look into the ways that Taika Waititi has played with the theme of colonization in his other works. I could look at the ways that colonization has played out in previous versions of Thor, either the character of the Marvel comic, or go back further into how that theme might play out in the actual myths of Thor in Norse mythology. I don't know where any of that searching might take me. It can be harder to find more in-depth scholarly information on newer films, such as the Marvel films, versus older films like Alfred Hitchcock's or Orson Welles or Martin Scorsese. Okay, let's take a look at the matrix for the second example. Again, we want to remember that what we're doing is breaking the concepts out to make it easier for the search results to be adjusted later, and this is a great example of that. We don't know what the results are going to look like from this search, so we can adjust them to make sure that we get the results we need. For instance, we could look at the Taika Waititi films. Instead of specifically Thor Ragnarok, we can adjust this to be more about the Thor myths. But what we want to remember is that everything in concept A is separated by the ors, because we're not looking for everything in concept A. We're only looking for one of those items. We're looking for articles that might include one of these items. And same with concept B and concept C. However, what we want to remember is that we're doing a search with the ands between, because we want something from concept A and something from concept B and something from concept C in the articles that we get back. This will make our search results more useful. I hope all of this makes some sense. In the next video, I will show you how to use these search strategies to search on the MU Libraries website. As always, if you have questions, you can use the chat widget on the MU Libraries website to get help from librarians at MU.